Hello. Let me bring this music down. How is everyone doing this? Well, morning for me. I don't know what it is for you. I had a bit of a bumpy start on the stream. For some reason, the feed wasn't going to YouTube because I keep changing my settings, and that usually messes things up. But you know what? Let's just switch into the game real quick. This is pretty much what we did in the previous episode of Nydal, and the whole point of this stream is to work on. And by the way, let me know if the audio levels are all over the place, because they probably are. But yeah, the goal of the stream is to sort of work on a few little projects that I've sort of been postponing, just detailing areas in between the other previously detailed areas. So yeah. That's sort of the idea. But before we begin, hey Etheris, how's it going? Before we begin, why don't we do a round of where everyone is watching from? So just type city and country in the chat, and I'm gonna read some out loud. By the way, I'm also trying a new playlist. It's not my typical jazzy background music, so I haven't vetted all these songs. Some of them are probably not great, but it's a long playlist, so that means I don't have to like go back and switch things all the time. Oh wow, okay, it's happening. South Carolina, USA, Boise, Idaho, nice. Leeds, UK. Someone from Sweden, I can't probably pronounce that name. Norrköping. I hope I got that right. Sao Paulo, Brazil, Cologne, Germany, Hamilton, New Zealand, Edinburgh, I guess is how you say it, right? Scotland, Philly, Ireland, Melbourne, Australia. Oh, it's going really fast. DC, USA, there you go. Zurich, Switzerland. Oh my God, wait, I need to like actually scroll up. There we go. That's much easier. IKEA, Sweden, there you go. Braga, Portugal. We have people from Poland, people from Minneapolis, Slovakia, people from Germany, Lithuania, Buenos Aires, there we go. Stockholm, Sweden, now that one I can read. Nuremberg in Germany, there you go, close enough. Amarillo, Texas. Belgrade, Serbia, Denmark, Krakow, Poland, holy crap. A lot of Europeans this, I guess, evening for you, right? It's 10:40 a.m. for me. Tunisia, wow. I don't think I had Tunisian viewers before, maybe? Can't remember exactly. It's pretty cool. Czech Republic. London, UK, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Chicago, California. There you go. Well, welcome everyone. It's, I haven't forgotten about Twitch too. We have people from Budapest, Hungary, and Russia. Moscow, specifically. Someone's saying it's 9:40 p.m. in Moscow. Very cool. Well, first of all, those of you who celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday, happy Thanksgiving. I have a fridge full of turkey that I need to go through this entire weekend, so that's something to look forward to. But you know what? Let's just get started. And by the way, if you're just tuning in for the first time on one of my streams, what is this green glowing dot that's happening there? Did you see that? Yeah. What is this? What's happening? Is this like an upgrade, maybe? Like buildings are trying to upgrade or something? That was very weird. In any case, what I was saying is, if you never catch one of these streams before, if you only watch my Nydal series, you'll notice that the frame rate is significantly worse as I'm working on things. And this is like the good stuff. If I go out and show you the entire city, like, well, I don't have a frame rate counter now, but we're getting like 10, 15 FPS. That's normal. That's the way basically that's the way it is. When I do my videos, everything is sort of sped up, so you don't realize how low frame rate things are. But when you're going live, you really can't cheat that. I definitely need to invest in a better GPU. Not that I have a bad GPU, but it doesn't have enough RAM. So yeah, I need to get my hands on a I don't know, 1080 Ti or 2080 Ti maybe. pretty steep these days, but we'll figure something out sooner rather than later. Anyways, the first project that I want to tackle is basically this boulevard. Already kind of worked on. Let me actually zoom in so that you get, so it's less painful to watch. I already kind of sort of defined the aesthetic for this boulevard. So all that I need to do next is, well, just continue it this way. And why don't we begin by setting up, or at least continuing this bike path. And we might need to do something about this intersection here. And I'm gonna do my best to look at chat every once in a while, because sometimes I get too focused on what I'm doing. And yeah. My river is flooded by itself. Yeah. Okay, so here's another thing. I've been getting a lot of comments in the previous episode about why am I not using Ronix's terrain conforming paths for this. I have them now. Let me actually pull them up. I've never used them. I guess I could just search Ronix, right? Yeah. Terraforming network. The problem is, or I think the problem will be, if I do this, bring these all the way down. Keep going down, keep going down. I want to know if I get flood alerts. Yeah. So basically these work the same. They're a little bit thinner, and I'm probably going to keep using this going forward, but I don't think I'll replace these ones. The whole point of having a terraforming network of this type is to avoid having all these like alerts down here. I'm basically, if you had no idea what I'm talking about, I'm using pedestrian paths to sort of force the terrain under. That way we have these like beautiful walls against the river. And because they're flooded, the game thinks that you made a mistake, that you're having a tsunami in your city, and it gives you these like pop-up alerts, which are kind of annoying. I'm kind of used to it already. There's a lot of alerts in the city, like worker shortage, dead ends, and stuff like that. But I was hoping that maybe Ronix's path would solve that. I guess it doesn't. But I do like the fact that they're thinner than everything else, so you know, there's something to look for. Yeah, the water is too wet. That's the problem, basically. Martin says, man, you saved me. I had a really boring Friday evening coming up, and I saw a notification that you went live. Thank God. Well, you're welcome. There's so much content on YouTube to watch. How can you be bored? Okay, let's yeah, I need a dry water mod, basically, is what I need. I was this week, by the way, I have been recording a tutorial video that should come out probably next week. It's already finished at this point. I'm just tweaking things. But that's the reason why I wasn't able to put together a Nydal episode this week. Hopefully next week I will come up with an episode for you. I don't want a bridge here. Actually, we should probably flatten this terrain down, or at least smoothen it up. Ooh, that wasn't great. Uh-oh. That's a problem. What is going on? Did I miss a mod? So here's the thing. Okay, no, this still works. What is happening here? I had this issue when I was recording that tutorial where I was basically removing things using Prop It Up, removing all the props from buildings in this other project that I was working on. And for some reason, the game got corrupted, which meant that certain props wouldn't reload or wouldn't load on reload, if that makes any sense. And it took me a while to figure it out, and I had to basically reinstall the game, clean up all my settings. So there may be things here and there that are not working properly. That was an easy fix, but I really hope that I don't have to do that again if I can avoid it. Let me actually bring this radius down. All right, that seems better. Okay, now I broke those two. Wow, that is a first. I don't remember that happening before. Let me do all my terraforming now, and then I'll figure it out what's happening here. And for the most part, I think I fixed everything, but I had to reload Nydal a couple times because there were buildings that are missing. I mean, I've been changing settings for many years now, so at this point, I don't even know what I changed to make a project like this work. For example, there was this thing that I didn't even know existed, where you need to like manually enable the European buildings to work with the vanilla buildings, like the generic vanilla buildings. There's like a toggle in the content manager that allows you to do that. Let me bring this up. There we go. Enough so that I can get that texture showing at the top, and maybe this one too. That's about right. All right. Let me see. We're gonna go bike. Let's see if do I get, all right, now I don't get an elevated bike path. And somehow we need to transition this bike path into this one over here. Actually, wait, no, this is not a bike path. This is just green for no reason. Just for the tram tracks, really? Is that what it is? Okay. I guess what I want to do is have some sharrows here so that the bike path actually goes through the bridge. Is that even possible, actually? Let me double check that. That seems like it's not possible. And also first, let me properly align this thing. Something like that. Oh yeah, we need to figure this out too. Also, for some reason, my mouse is like, I don't know if it's in far away range from my receiver. I have a wireless mouse. But, skip it. Oh, okay. Go to the menu options. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. By the way, thank you for that. Don't update on terrain modification. Yes. Thank you so much, Skiveth. Lifesaver. What do I do here? This is a two-way street, and it's also, this is kind of an important sort of avenue here. So I wanna have something. Also, by the way, I wish this feature was on by default. Like, I never want to have road collisions activated. Oh God, Sharrows. Hey Jay, how's it going? Let me see. I have so many road types here. I mean, ideally, I would like to have something like this. Actually, would this work? Because I want something that's that doesn't have any curves. My first try would be maybe something like this, but actually I can do this and then I can do that, so that way traffic can sort of go around. That will probably work, except now I have to update all these other ones. Yeah, because now I have two coming this way, and if I reverse this, I mean, you go straight, and no, this doesn't work. Let's just leave it like this for now. We'll figure something out. Now this one is a bit more tricky here. I guess I think I have a raised sort of curve of some kind, or like a crosswalk. I think I got an asset like that recently, like within the last 2 weeks. I must have something that might help me bridge that gap. Also, I should probably like maybe type race instead. Let's look through the actual props real quick. just all of them. See if we can have something, because if I can keep the curve, then it will make things easier. I just want a nicer transition. This will be kind of perfect, but the problem is that they don't sync. But I think there's a better one. Samsung has a race crossing prop. Let me look it up. I have that hot load mod thing that I can subscribe things from the workshop. And they supposedly will show up, but I don't think... Actually, you know what? What I can do is I can go to the collection real quick. I'm working on a second monitor, by the way. Give me a second here. And basically pull it up or sort the list by recently added, and that should maybe give me an idea on the one I picked, because I know I picked one. Yes, here it is. Table custom. Let's get this brush size down. Look at that. It's pretty good. Now here I'm actually blocking the tram tracks, which is unfortunate, but at least let me... I want to continue this 4-lane road, actually. There we go. That's not bad. And let's bring that... I need to get rid of that traffic light that's literally in the middle. Okay, and now I can supposedly raise this up. Come on, let me select the prop. Oh, that's a tiny prop. Why is this so uneven? Let me get these two nodes to be aligned. There we go, that's much better. And now I can bring this to down here. Something like that. The music is super low. How's that? Is that better? I also don't want like the music to overtake what I'm saying. It's funny because like I think my mixer, I'm running the music through a channel on my mixer out of a different computer. But the actual mix that's coming through my headphones is like way too loud. And I never know if I got the mix right until I actually watch the video. And then almost always I realize, oh my God, the music is too low, or my voice is like too high and things like that. But as long as it's not annoying, then we're good. Let me get rid of this stupid light. We don't need this. Perfect. All right. So what do we do here? Because I don't want to... I mean, I guess I could literally use the same asset. Kind of want to use this asset everywhere now. Let's put it here. Raise it to that. I mean, the tram works, so that's good, right? Let me see if I raise it low enough so that the tracks are visible. I kind of like this now, to be honest. And then we'll have the bike lanes sort of merge here somehow. Not sure yet how, but we can have like a nice crossing here so that bike people can take this road instead, or just take the bridge. Not sure. Or actually, why don't we do something cool here? Why don't we do a dedicated bridge for the bike lane? That'll be nice instead of having sharrows. By the way, those of you who are watching on Twitch, if it's too... I don't know if Twitch is giving me transcoding options for this stream, but if you're having issues and the stream gets too... choppy, you should go maybe on YouTube. YouTube has transcoding options by default. So what I was thinking is maybe we can have a little bridge that sort of I don't know, we can start even raising it up like as soon as we cross this road. That way it's a very gentle slope coming up. I mean, there's not a very steep hill here, I don't think. I don't know, let's give it a shot. Luke says, saludos desde Córdoba. Hi, saludos. Bike people, I think you mean cyclists. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm a cyclist myself. I actually commute to work almost every day by bike. So I guess I am one of those bike people. Sometimes I commute on one of those e-scooters. So there's that too. All right. Let's actually test this real quick. I want to see how if this actually makes sense or not. So we're gonna raise it so that it's equally as high as that, and we're gonna bring it here. Oh, we got the first super chat. James Hart, thank you so much. He says, do you not find the underwater warnings annoying? Yeah, I was just talking about that. Everyone was telling me in the previous video that I should use Ronix's network terraforming, well, the terraforming networks. But the problem is that they, you know, the alerts are still there. Like paths of this kind are not allowed underwater. So I think actually, here, let's see if we can fix this real quick. There's a mod that I don't think I have actually, so I guess I can't fix it. But I'll promise you I'll fix it for the next one. It's the no problems mod, or you can like disable. It's part of the, I think it's TPB's. Mod as well. You can just disable all of these alerts, which is kind of dangerous because, you know, some alerts you might want to see because otherwise your buildings will start becoming abandoned. But yeah, I might be able to get rid of these later. I'm kind of used to them by now, but they are annoying. I don't disagree with your statement there. So get rid of this. And by the way, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated. So I can do something like this. That works, actually. Now I just need to... Oh, that way we can straight up do something like this. I wish there was a trick to avoid having the bridge option all the time. See, it's like... It doesn't care about these settings from Find Road Tools. What if you make a city in the mountains from you can see Nydal? I mean, we have suburbs. Like, this is kind of as close as it gets. Drag it elsewhere and just move it. Yeah, that's probably what I want to do. Thank you, Jay, for the suggestion. It's kind of annoying though. I wish that. I mean, we have control over so many things now, so I'm not complaining. Just so you know. I guess I can do that. The problem is I want these. Not that it really matters, but I want these nodes to actually be connected if possible. God damn it, yeah. If I bring this back here, maybe I'm starting off at a point where there's less. Yeah, that's better. Just need to get my notes correctly, and then we do that. And now all that I have to do next is just move things in place. So we can have like a little curve here that even hugs the sidewalk a little bit. Something like that. I'm still trying things, by the way. I'm not committing to this version of the bike lane, just so you know. But we're gonna make this look like all organic and nice. We do have these tram posts kind of in the middle. We might need to either center this so that it's like safer-ish. And we can across the street diagonally here. That's not too bad, I don't think. Bikes and pedestrians don't care about connecting nodes. Yeah, I know. But, you know, it's just my OCD wants them to be all connected. You should understand those things, James. Sorry, Jay, not James. I can't play because I always want more and more assets. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man. Okay, I'm liking this. Let's see if we can. We need to get rid of that light over there. So I think it's a one-way street that has Journables tracks. I think it's this one, right? Yep, it's that one. And there's no lights here, so this is good. That's not too bad. We should put some like cones here so that people don't run into the the tram posts or the catenary posts. I don't know what the actual name for that would be. Now let's see if this is wide enough. I'm guessing it won't be wide enough, even though the angle is wrong. I'll get that fixed in just a second. Let's get the tracks to show. That's what's most important. Actually, there you go. That's not too bad. See if we can match the angle. There we go. That's not too bad. It's kind of clipping there, but I think I'm mostly fine with it. There we go. That's perfect now. So now it makes some sense. What's going to happen here? I have no clue whatsoever. I do know that I need to bring this this node needs to move out of the way. That's probably good enough. All right, let's start putting down let's start putting down some. Well, actually, wait. Since I'm only doing the red segments here, I should probably get rid of the asphalt just so that everything matches, you know? Let's get this going. That's probably good enough. A memorial tree, please. I don't think I have like a unique tree that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Well, I'll think about it. Let me first get everything sort of staged, and then we'll add details. I promise details will be added on this stream. This needs to be center though. Maybe right about there. Okay, now we need to do the famous concrete curbs. If I can type, there we go. So let's start the simulation so there's something interesting to see in the background. How did you remove the black part? Basically, all I did is just I synced or sunken the prop using page down and move it. And prop snapping, you're going to need those two mods, move it and prop snapping, and then you select the prop and you lower it down using page down. That's basically how it works. So here, whenever I'm doing this, I kind of want to get all my nodes in place first. So I can do this. Should probably turn on or off snapping. So I think these are all the nodes that I'm going to need. So now I can just straight up move them in place. I think the frame rate issues, the most annoying part is actually moving things around, because you know you can see how slow the update ratio is. It's like trying to update the entire map. It gets really annoying really fast. That's probably like my biggest pet peeve with a low frame rate game. I don't know if those of you who are in the chat will agree with me. Hey dude, I enjoy your work, though I have to say you make more progress during a normal episode. Well, because a normal episode is like 6 hours condensed into 10 minutes. So yeah, this is literally how long it takes. Also, I'm chatting with people, so that slows things down a little bit too, but it's more fun that way. My options are do that or just listen to an audiobook or podcast while I'm doing things. So I enjoy both equally. But it's kind of half a holiday today here in the US. Why not stream? I've been streaming a lot lately, actually, and I want to do it even more. So, in fact, I'm probably going to start streaming on a schedule, like a weekly schedule of sorts. So stay tuned for that. I may publish a video with the actual stream schedule. Now this curve here, it's kind of, I think I need another node there. Yeah, probably. So let's bring this down. And now I can't add another node there, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I can do that. And that's a relatively easy fix. Something like that. I'll tweak things once I'm ready to commit all the changes, I guess. Can I maybe do this? Yes, I can. This actually saves time whenever you do that. Just create a node for you in the middle. That way you don't have to like drag nodes from farther away. It's always nicer that way. It was scary when I first loaded Nydal this morning, as I was trying to sort of set up the stream and all that. Half of the buildings were gone. I'm like, what is happening? And turns out that yeah, there's as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, there's a toggle for European and vanilla buildings. So I'm glad I was able to find that, because I was kind of freaking out a little bit. I knew it was something that needed to, like, I could fix, but man. It's funny because like these two segments look like very much aligned, but shapes are very different. Like, you know, me copying this and had to now make a lot of modifications, which is interesting. Maybe don't select nodes. There we go. By the way, there's a Black Friday special at Miracle Mile today. There's already a huge line outside. It's probably last Black Friday for Miracle Mile. Someone's asking where I'm from. I'm originally from Argentina, but I live in the USA right now. Okay, now I need to be able to edit segments. All right, that's not too bad. These take a long time to do, but man, once you do them, everything sort of comes together. It's like a little thing, but it adds a ton of detail. Just having custom curves around things, around patches of grass, especially when they're like really well aligned and everything, totally worth it. If I do say so myself. So what I want to do now is select all these nodes. If possible, there should be a node here. There it is, and a node here. So let's see if we can align all. This should all be aligned. Yes, they are. Now let's bring them down. So there's like a very subtle detail but it's worth it. Let's try to hide that jagged edge as much as possible. It won't be perfect, I know, but you gotta try making it look perfect. In many cases, it's just going to be covered by bushes that I'm probably going to be placing on this side. Come on, I want to get this stupid thing. There we go. All right, 20 more to go. Did you get anything for Black Friday? I didn't. I never get anything for Black Friday. I get stuff as I need it, usually. Unless there's a 1080 Ti or something like that on sale, I'll probably go for it. But actually, let me know if that's the case. Because I'm even thinking about getting like a used one. I don't really care as long as it works. It's fine. I don't need it to be new or anything. This one should be easier because it's a straight line. So let's see if we can get all of the notes in place. There you go. Oh, this one didn't quite come through. All right, now we're talking. Where do I live? I live in LA. Where would I want to live in the future? I don't know. I'm happy here for now. But that, you know, as the more you travel, the more you see other places, and the more you're like, oh, maybe I want to move out. But so far, I'm liking LA a lot. I hated it when I first came here as a tourist. And a few months after that, I actually ended up moving. I got a job offer and I moved, so. But yeah, the more I live here, the more I like it. So it's a tough one. You gotta, I mean, it's like perfect weather here. So it's hard to go against that. All right. See, this one is coming up much easier than the other one. I wish that node selectors weren't so big though, because now I need to like move this, get the thing, if I can, and then move the thing back. And I guess I'll have to do the same with this. Just move it far away enough that the curve matches. And now I'm kinda, see if I can bring this and adjust the tangent. You want the tangent to be nice and aligned. I guess I could use snapping for this. It would make my life a little bit easier. But I do like this not being absolutely perfect. I like having certain imperfections on this. It makes it a bit more realistic in my opinion. All right, let's select all these nodes. So I need to bring this one down. And this one is actually pretty perfect as it is. So let's adjust this little segment. And now all that's left to do is basically bringing all the nodes down. I'm still trying to figure out what to do on this side, because I do want to have some sort of beach front. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna have this path sort of wrap around. I think I want this two paths connected, but I do want to have like a nice bay with sand and a few rocks. I'm still trying to figure that out. How does that look? I think it looks a little bit too high. Let's bring this down. Something like that. Pausing during movement will increase speed. I don't think so. I think it takes about the same time. I mean, it's still kind of choppy. It's not. I mean, maybe it's increased by like a fraction. I wouldn't argue against it, but not noticeably that I want to be in pause mode all the time. Also, having the game running at 50%. Let me see. Yeah, you see, like, no matter what I do, like, the game actually kind of freezes. Look at the car. Like, the car is barely moving as I do this. It's just poor optimization. Which is, I mean, I don't know how feasible it is to actually optimize the game for third-party content. Having so many, you know, so many custom assets of different kinds. I do think it's been optimized significantly in the last couple versions. It's not just DLCs. I feel like, by the way, one quick thing, I disabled the extended info panel mod because that one was eating up like 10 frames per second, which wasn't great. I want to undo that, please, or at least do that. Let's get rid of these two guys and let's grab these nodes. Rotate them. You hate pausing? Why do you hate pausing? I usually, most of the time, I'm in pause mode. Like, I don't need to see cars. They're actually kind of distracting a little bit. I have them on right now just so that it's something in the background is moving, because, you know, I might be stuck on this view and someone may show up on the streams like, oh, this guy's computer is frozen. He's not doing anything. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I think I want this to be there. Get like that, and now we'll pull this. Look at that frame rate. Oh my god, that is so fluid. Actually, I'm really curious to see how well this will improve on a better GPU. So my laptop has more memory than my desktop in terms of video, and I do get like it has like a 1070 max Q with 8 gigs of VRAM, and it certainly feels a little bit more fluid. I should probably be playing this on my laptop right now instead of my desktop, but I do have more actual RAM on my PC, on my actual desktop computer, so that's why I'm doing this. But I'm confident. When we did the build off stream in Sweden a couple weeks ago, we had 1080 Ti's, and there was a Jay, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he can confirm that it was like a pretty awesome improvement. $2080 Ti probably not going to help all that much, but you know, it's cool to have the latest tech, even if no games actually support RTX or whatever. Can you imagine City Skylines with RTX support? Holy crap. I don't know if Unity even supports that yet as an engine, like whatever the latest version of Unity is. Where can you find that build off? PDX site? Yeah, there's I mean, you can watch, it's like a 8-hour stream. Here, I'll link it up to you because you can search it on YouTube. That's where it is. It's on Paradox Extra YouTube's channel, but I'll give you the link right now. I was hosting it. I wasn't building on it, just so you know, in case you sort of missed it or anything like that. The autoplay classic. Let's see, where is this? Okay, here it is. Copy link address. I'll paste it on Twitch as well. So after the stream, you can go watch that 8-hour live stream. Actually pretty excited how that one came out. We worked a lot to make that happen. Why? Okay, I was selecting the road node. There's a big steep. Yeah, there's something going on here. I might need to add more nodes on this segment. We'll take care of that in just a second. Don't all go to watch that stream now. Come on, stick around. Just watching the view count like drop completely. Don't be mean. Let's add another node here. Actually, we probably need 2 more nodes, but this will do for now. Actually, these 2 are... There's like a slope here even. So I guess we'll have to do this. Hopefully, if I get rid of that, yeah, the nodes are still there. That's good. By the way, I got another mod recently from Cuboid, I think is his name. He was helping me out with the fence issues. I haven't tried it yet, but apparently it's an add-on to Move It that allows you to like rotate and align things to different angles. I should probably look it up. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna look it up and show you how that works on screen, because I think it's kind of magical. All right, let's get these nodes selected, not the segments. Let's make it easier on us. So we have these 2 nodes, these nodes, and there's 3 nodes. And I think that's it. So we'll place this like so. This actually sounds like Sea Skylines music. Or actually it sounds more like Planet Coaster music. It could be good if you make LA looking city. There's someone working on something like that. $2.20 is basically working on a LA inspired city. Pretty accurately inspired, actually. He's been working on that for like 3 years, I think. It's a big project. I probably won't do like a recreation of a real city again. I've done that before. I had fun with it, but I think I'm having way more fun on a project like this where I can just do whatever. I don't have to like conform to any like previously built things. His city's more like, you know, like GTA 5 kind of thing, where it's like inspired by LA but not really LA. If that makes any sense. All right, I think I'm happy with that. I hate this grids. Okay, so I think one of the other mods that he has to get, like, finally gets rid of all these stupid grids. I mean, they're not stupid if you zone, but for us who don't actually zone, look at all these like squiggly lines. Can't tell if I like them or not. See if I can get them more under control down here. Yeah, I think I can tweak them a little bit. Over in this corner, I think we need to use a little bit of surface painter love. Let's bring this down. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. This is gonna mess everything up. What about here? Here's good though. Okay. We're gonna need a brush for that. Something like that. Have you ever visited Canada? I have not, but I want to. I hear a lot of good things. I actually kind of want to drive from LA to Vancouver or something like that. That'll be fun. Strick, do you know any information about the Fancy Railroad Tracks mod, which is being done by Ronix or Tim the Terrible? So Tim the Terrible was working on its own, and I think Ronix recently started working, I mean recently, like last month or so. I don't know what the status of that is. I think it's actually like a pretty big deal. It's not like something, what happened here? So I don't know. I usually don't talk to Ronix very often, or at all actually. I just follow him on Twitter, and but I think that's coming. It's just like a big project, you know. But I think it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to like replace all my train tracks. I think he's also working with other modders too, because to really make it work. Like there's a ton of, oh wait, there's like a node that's like in the ground there. That's why this is not working. Let's get that fixed up. Now we have all these sunken flowers. It's a big terrain difference here. So like for example, the train stations have built-in tracks. So for example, this train station will have to be updated to be able to use those network segments, unless I'm mistaken, but I think that's what it is. So yeah, there's quite a bit of work to be done. It's not just the tracks, but they look freaking amazing. I've been looking at those screenshots. Holy crap. Oh, Revo is working on railroad bridges for that. Interesting. Should I start my own YouTube channel? Is it worth it? Well, it depends. If you're looking to get rich doing this, probably not. You're gonna get burned really quickly. But if you just want to do it for fun because you want to share what you're working on with other people, I'd say, yeah, by all means, go for it. I've seen channels that started like recently and just blow up because like people are like really passionate about what they're doing. So. And I'm not talking about City Skylines specifically, but just in general. So yeah, if you're really passionate about something and you want to share it with the world, I'd say, yeah, 100% go for it. And if there's already people doing what you want to do, let's say you want to do City Skylines in this case, or I don't know, any other topic, see what they're doing and try to make it a little bit better. That way you get more eyeballs. All right, almost done with these concrete walls. I promise. Welcome to Concrete Wall Simulator 2018. We're going to be adding some concrete walls to all of these curves, and I hear you like concrete walls, so we're going to add a few more concrete walls to your concrete walls. Subscribe for more concrete walls, if you please. Let's turn this off. So we want that. I set snapping off. Stop it. There we go. And we want that. Also, I wish that there was a mod for like to avoid this distance too short error. To go away. No distance is too short, in my opinion. Yeah, this is pretty laggy because that's, you know, there's so much going on here. My videos look smooth because I speed up the footage. So I'm the only one suffering as I'm recording all these videos. You get you get to see the nice looking smooth shots. You kind of get used to it. If you ask anyone who's playing heavily modded City Skylines, everyone will tell you their frame rate is terrible. Even if you have like a supercomputer, it will still be pretty terrible because just a game not optimized for custom assets. This could be improved a little bit, but not a lot. Unfortunately, at least not for now. I don't know what could change that would make that better. I don't have high hopes for that, but Actually, ooh, no, I didn't want to move that node. I want to maybe bring this node here and kind of hug that pavement imperfection there, that concrete texture. I was going to say something, I totally forgot. Nice curvy walls, thank you. There's, I don't know, there's just something, once you actually have all the curves nice and laid out and like the right height and everything, it's just like, oh my God, feels so good. It's like that oddly satisfying feeling. I don't know, maybe it's just me. How many people are watching? Like, there's like over 300 people watching, so I guess it's not just me. You would have left a long time ago if that was the case. I'm sure there's a lot of people that showed up, it's like, what is this? It's just like, bailed immediately. There we go. So we have a pretty big like hole here. What can we, I wonder what can we do about this? I guess we can try Ronix's networking, terraforming networks. I keep saying that wrong. Let's take a look. So now it's even deeper. Great. So if I bring this up here. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. And now maybe we can raise this up. Yeah, I guess this is actually not going to work. Because now this area is sunken. Let's get rid of this. What I should do is add more nodes to the walls. That's really the solution here. So I can just simply do this. And do that. And now I can bring these two nodes down. Probably not this one, or at least not so low. Alan says, hey, Strict Toaster, I love your work. It's by far the most interesting CS series on YouTube. Thank you. There's a lot of really cool projects out on YouTube. Honestly, there's like a project for everyone, kind of. Everyone is sort of working on their own like little version of a city that they want to live in or they wish existed or something like that, which is good. I feel like every time I open like YouTube or Twitter even, there's someone doing like another like even more amazing things. Like, oh crap, I need to step up my game now. Competition is good though. I mean, for you, not for me as a creator, I guess. But I like it. It's kind of a challenge. I would like to put my series on YouTube, but I'm terrible at the editing part. Would you do a quick live someday to give quick hints, programs you use, and time-lapse tips? Yeah, I'm actually planning on doing that. Maybe not as so. Okay, let me say that again in a different way. My brain sometimes goes faster than my mouth. So I have a second channel, and I recently, like 3 months ago or so, I did a video, like a very sort of informal video, like without intros or anything like that, where I went over my redesign flow for like the rebranding of the channel, the current rebranding of the channel. And I was planning on doing a similar video, just going through my recording workflow, because I've been getting that question a lot. So as soon as that is done, I'll share it with everyone. It will probably be on my second channel, but I'll make sure that everyone gets the link. If you're not subscribed to my second channel, Strict Toaster DOS, Strict Toaster DOS, as in two in Spanish, because it used to be a Spanish channel, but not anymore. Now it's just like a playground of sorts. I might need more nodes here, but let's see if this is enough. But honestly, I do all of my editing as I record things. So like, let's say I'm working on this right now. I'll give you one quick tip right now. If I'm working on this and I've been working on this thing for a while, I don't record the whole thing. I just like start with this one. In fact, usually here's that more in-depth tip that I recently started doing. So I would probably do the first one off camera. Like, let's say I'm trying this new style. So I'll do the first one, and I know that I'll have to replicate it a couple times. So I'll get this one done off camera, see if I like it, make all the tweaks, and then I start recording the second one. And by the second one, I already know exactly what to do, so it comes out like much faster and it's much more watchable. And then the third one and the fourth one, like I don't need to do it, so I just stop recording, finish the other two off camera, and then let's say I'm gonna start working on whatever goes here, and then people can just see this one in the back. But all I did was just stop the recording right at that time, and all I have to do then is just put all the clips as I cut them or pre-cut them during my build process, and the edit is done. I don't really have to do anything. It took me a while to get this like super oiled workflow in place, by the way. It wasn't like, oh, magically done, but I can, that's why I'm able to post videos much more often, at least of this caliber in terms of the actual amount of work that I'm doing. I'm basically trying to maximize the work that I can do in game rather than to have to, well, spend a lot of time editing things. I also have all my graphics pretty much organized in a way that it's just basically copy paste, and all I'll have to do is just change a few settings, very basic things, and it's good to go. I love improving workflow stuff. I've watched so many other people's videos on that, so I'm always trying to see if there's something else I can be doing to make things look a little bit nicer. Fix the road trams, go around, and no truck is there. Yeah, so this is on purpose. I mean, okay, so the tram doing this weird thing, that's not on purpose, but there's a setting in, I think it's Find Road Tools, if I'm not mistaken, or Anarchy. Oh yeah, no, here. Change the max turn angle for more realistic tram track turns. So if you disable that, it won't allow it to have like a really sharp curve here. And eventually this tram track is actually going to go across the bridge, except the line sort of ends here. So that's why these trams are turning like that. But realistically, the tram line is just going to continue this way, and it's going to have a better turn farther up the line, if that makes sense. So this is something that I'm okay for now. I don't love it, but I'm okay with it. Is the music over? What's happening here? Yeah, I think the playlist is over. I thought it was going to be a much larger or longer playlist. Okay, I think I need to, let's adjust this a little bit. And I was looking for some of these brushes. So we're gonna have a brush right here. It's kind of not super perfect, but close enough. There we go, that's not too bad. And I'm actually liking this a lot. I think this came out great. Fan-freaking-tastic. Why don't you use the no problem mod for removing the underwater notification? We were just talking about that. I don't have the no problem mod here. Oh wow, we have a lot of dead people. Wow, a lot of dead people. What's going on? Not that I really care about all these notifications, honestly. So the reason why I don't have it is because for the most part, it can hide problems that could cause buildings to become abandoned or despawn, even though there's mods that prevent it from happening. I had issues before with that. So I'd rather see every single problem and just live with it, honestly. But this one, it's more annoying. I usually don't have this many notifications except on the water here. So I might just get the mod to disable this one problem and keep all the other ones in check. Where's the health thing? What's happening? So death care. I mean, what is this? Just like a regular death wave? Let me take a look at the city statistics. There's a little bit of a death wave, but shouldn't be that bad. I see no hearses. I see one here. So this guy is going, it's quite the distance. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think things should, everything is fine, basically. That's what it is. Should be good. Let's not worry about that. Okay, next thing we want to do is put down some trees. So what I've been doing is literally copying and pasting segments of trees. Tofu Flex says, I want to do a Brazilian city since it's the style of the city I know more about. Do you know any good projects? On this idea? If you do, I mean, I would recommend going on Google Maps and start sort of copying layouts if you're looking for ideas. Just start working on a layout that exists, and then like a few minutes after you start working on that, you're going to start adding your own spin to things. But that's sort of a great way to start. Street View and Google Maps are your friend in this case. So I would recommend doing that. So I want to hug this bike lane like so. I want to keep this like very minimal. You'll probably notice that the level of detail we've been adding to Nydal is not as extreme as previous projects of mine. I tried to keep things not too insane for this one, if that makes any sense. Wow, that's loud. There we go. The previous song was like really soft. Sorry if I destroyed everyone's eardrums. Let's see. I have other clusters of trees too, right? No, just been using pines for the most part. Okay. Not a problem. I might want to keep these two together, and then we're gonna combine them with some more of these bushes. Probably come back and add a few more. How many hours do you spend on average on one episode of each series of City Skylines? About, I would say about 6-7 hours, something like that, including like cinematics and all that. Actually, with editing, well, like, I mean, rendering and all that, probably a little bit more like 10 hours. It used to take much longer, but I've gotten a little bit better, or a little bit more optimized. But it still takes time. The level of detail here, like I was saying, it's not as high as it was in previous projects, so that actually helps quite a bit. But it does look pretty detailed at a glance. I don't know what do you think? I feel like it's like, sometimes I start my videos saying like the series where we try to, you know, achieve the most amount of detail with the least amount of work. That's kind of the motto of Nydal, and it's kind of working, and at least I think it is. I find myself just looking at like little details that I added, but they're not like, they're just done with the road networks and network skins and things like that. It's pretty straightforward stuff. Let's see if we can get these in place here. What other plans do you have for Nydal? Well, I have a lot of plans. I mean, for the most part, I'm focused on extending the suburbs a little bit more. So we have this like dense area. I wanna start. I think right up until this point, I'm gonna start venturing more into suburbs, and then I'm gonna have another like semi-dense area right here as well. That's gonna have a port. We definitely need like a major, not a major port, but like a big port, and then I want to have a marina somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I want to have like a castle of some kind, maybe an airport. Like, but like if we do an airport, it's going to be a very small airport, nothing like FPS. I've had enough airport in City Skylines for a while. There's some new assets for airport, which I'm actually really excited. But those are my immediate plans. After that, it's just whatever I find online that deserves to be in the city. Definitely need to add more monuments and things like that, like churches. More statues. I need to add a lot of statues. So we should probably add a few statues on this stream. I have a few that I haven't used yet. All right, it's looking good. These trees sort of work as windbreakers of sorts. Let's take a closer look from this angle. That's not bad. Kind of liking it. I think we need to add a bit of maybe a few more pines here and there, just to like add a bit more variety. But it's pretty simple for the most part. Look, it's all kind of making a little bit of sense. So Teletoko says, sorry, a bit late, but if you drag your roads above water level and then sink them below water level, you won't get the notification bubbles. No, you do. That's exactly what I did. They used to be like way up, and then when you lower them, then you get the notification as soon as the water touches them or covers them. There's really no way around it, unless you have the no problems mod for sure, which I'm gonna get. How about an airport for gliders? I'm guessing seaplanes? Yeah. Yeah, that might actually work because there's not a huge amount of flat ground. I wanted to do that in Sinu, but time constraints prevented that from happening, unfortunately. I want to add a few more trees here and there, just to have a little bit of variety and not be all these like tiny pines. So I think I'm going to put this guy over here. Let's put a few of these giant oaks. Oh, it could look nice here on this corner. There we go. Let's grab the young pines. Bring the brush strength down, because otherwise we're going to end up with a lot of pines. Just want to have like a row of pines on this side. Just like that, and then we're gonna have one in this corner. Another one there. Maybe another one on the opposite end for good measure. We have already one on this thing. Let's put one on the opposite side as well. Maybe one in the corner. Definitely want to mix it up a bit and have all kinds of different things. That's looking nice. Dude, look at this bike path. I would totally ride my bike here. So cool. This wall is a little bit too tall. Let's bring it down. Amadeus says, an idea for a monument, something like the mermaids in Copenhagen or Warsaw along the river waterfront is always good. Well, I just need to get assets for monuments. Do you have, let's see, what statues do we have? I have this anchor statue. It's pretty cool. I think I actually have another one. I've used many of these, but I mean, I wouldn't mind reusing them. They're kind of generic enough that look okay. I think I'm searching for station more than statue. We could put the Statue of Liberty right here, because this will make total sense. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect fit. I love this one. This rider statue is so generic looking. It's so City Skylines. I love it. Yeah, oh yeah, football stadiums or soccer stadiums. Yeah, there's gonna be a few of those. Here, I'll show you. Look at all the assets that I have for that, and these are just like regular fields. But is there football actually? Yeah, I probably won't use the vanilla one. I think it's like way off scale. I think we need a bigger one, but yeah, we're definitely gonna have some of that. I have enough assets for it. I probably won't do it on the stream, just so you know, but definitely something that I wanna tackle sooner rather than later. What is this tree doing here? We don't want that. Okay, let me think here for a moment what the next step should be. I think we should probably work on a few of the gaps in different areas of the city. Where is one? Like, for example, there's one that's been kind of neglected for a while. We have this sort of triangle shape here. Let's add a few details here. Let's begin by adding the road trick works if you don't alter the terrain with the terrain tool. So the game thinks it's still about water. It just works. I use it all the time. Okay, I'll give that a shot. But I mean, at that point, that very specific thing, I will just what I'll probably just do is get the no problems mod and call it a day, to be honest. But I'll keep that in mind for future projects, because, you know, the less mods you have, the better in general. So that might be a good thing to try. We also have this empty lot here. All right, let's do something different this time. Why don't we add, and by different, do another version of what I've been doing already, but I haven't used the Sioux path a whole lot. So we can do something. This is the bike path. There we go. At some point I saw a version of these that didn't have the props. I couldn't find them. I don't know if that was like a modded thing or what it was. Oh, I guess I need to also raise these. Is this gonna be enough space for this? Doesn't seem like it's going to be. I want to have like a fountain sort of in the middle. I can do that, something like this. This actually looks pretty nice. Trying to align everything here. It's gonna be tricky, but it's doable. I think this center node needs to actually be in the center. Something like that. Why no playgrounds? I have a few playgrounds. Not here, but we can add a playground. Sure, why not? In fact, we have, okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to do this spot, and this spot. This could be a good playground because there's a ton of like low density residential nearby. So yeah, good call. I forgot about that, but I do have a few. Let's see. I have one here, and I have one here, and I think I have one more, but I don't know where. But yeah, at least I have two. I guess we'll add a third one. But over here, I think we can add a fountain. Like I want to put like these like tiny vanilla fountains. Fits like a glove. Something like that. This node needs to be realigned. There we go. It's not too bad. It's kind of wonky, but I like it that way. In this case, we're not going to do concrete walls. We're going to do stone walls for the curves. Ooh. Why does it have like a... Oh, I kind of want to use this now. Dry stone wall. What's the difference? Are these two not the same? I want to know what... Oh, this one is a prop. I wonder if it's the same version. Not sure why this one has that warning sign. You should add lights at the tram crossing for the bikers. Safety first. Oh, I see what you mean. On the previous one, I did. I mean, I can add some lights. They're probably gonna be fake, but I can add them. Sure. Let me first do this, and then we'll see what we can do about that. What happened with my node? Oh, there we go. It got moved. Move so slow. I guess I'll boss the game. Yeah, I don't see a huge difference pausing the game, to be honest. How is this looking? It's looking pretty good. Let's bring it here. Let's bring this over there. And bring that over there. Okay. One done, two more to go. Actually, do you want these to be a little bit... Let's try to bring this down just a touch. In fact, I want all these to be aligned. I think they are, right? Oh, they don't sync. This is what you get. Do I want that? I mean, it's tall enough. You know, it's as tall as the benches. So I'm guessing I'm good with that. Oh, there's like a big difference here in height. I did not notice that before. Thought everything was flat around here, but I guess this gives it a bit more character. It's fine. There are more sunken flowers above the road. I don't know how old that message is. It's probably related to this. Sunken flowers above the road. This is kind of funky. I need to figure something out for this, by the way. Yeah, I don't know where that actually was. Sorry. Okay, let's go back to this. I think I'm gonna keep this walls. Let's add them and, you know, the rest of the areas here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that and that. And that, and that, and obviously you don't want to connect because you suck. Stupid short distance. I'll tell you how short the distance should be. Let's get rid of that segments for a second here. You know what would be really cool if there was a way to turn like a wireframe mode so that buildings will kind of like disappear, but you see the edges of it. That'd be nice. I don't know how helpful that will be, but I think it will be pretty helpful, at least in this case. Otherwise, I need to get rid of the tree or the road and then bring it back in place, you know. go. Not too bad. That little lip of concrete, we're going to cover it with bushes or something, because it will be kind of hard to get rid of it. Can you make a dog park out of one of them? Maybe. Yeah, why not? I think these are a bit too small for a dog park. I was thinking maybe you can split this in half, do a dog park on one side and a playground on the other. That could work, actually. That one is big enough. This one, I think I just want like nice flowers and that's pretty much it. I may need another node here. This is me being very picky. Come on, really? Just one. Distance too short. I hate you so much. Okay, now I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna be a waste of time. Let's get this moved in here. Can I get the segment? Of course I can't. If only these selectors were smaller, would make my life so much easier. All right, that's not bad. So these like sharp angles are going to be, I mean, right now they don't look great because we have the concrete sort of coming through, but once we cover that up with vegetation, it's going to be fine. I should have really liked this. It's pretty cool. Let's grab this fountain and sunking it a little bit, just enough that we don't have a gap underneath. Do you have a Discord? I don't have a Discord server, but I have a Discord. I'm on the City Skylines creators Discord if you want to message me through there. If not, I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/Strixoster, shameless blog. I have open DMs as well, and my email is on my website, hello@strixoster.com. So if you really need to get a hold of me, there's multiple ways. Okay, let's talk about vegetation now. Should we try some of these? They're pretty big, but I kind of like them. These are Park Life vanilla ones. As a starting base, you know, adding details, they work fine. Is there a smaller one maybe? Like I can put this one in the middle and then surround it with other types of assets that are maybe smaller. I thought there was a smaller version of all these, but they're all pretty huge. Maybe you can put one there. And another one there. And now we go into the good stuff. So I want to have like flowers sort of covering these edges here. We can have like a nice pine tree on each corner. Pretty nice that way. Ooh, lantanas. I haven't used lantanas in a while. These are super high poly. That's probably why I haven't used them in a while, but man, they look nice. Let's see, what else can we do? Weeds. These I've been using a lot. They add a lot of detail. I'm just gonna add a bit more body to this. And these are great alongside a path. So I might save those for later. What I do want to add maybe is weeds already added. Let's see. Just add a little edge of bushes here and there. Something like that. Try to keep it somewhat minimal. I don't want to like make a jungle here. The one I'm looking for though is the leafy thingy. Oh, I can use some of these too. This one is a little bit on the dried side of things, but it does look nice. I love how I said I didn't want to make this a jungly thing, and it's already like pretty jungly, but it's fine. What mod makes all the assets in 3 rows? I don't think I understood that question. What do you mean exactly? Oh, we can add a few more of these. This will look great here. I think that's about it. Oh my god, this looks so nice. Again, I just made it. Of course I'm gonna say that, but I like it. I like it a lot. The leafy thing is a very technical term. Only professional City Skylines players know the term the leafy thing. This is the leafy thing, by the way. I'll actually show you what I mean. If I know how to type leafy thing. The leafy garden. It's a great asset. It's probably the asset that I use the most. All of this is like pretty undetailed. We should do something about this. Let's fence this out because it's kind of dangerous. This is like episode 2 or 3 kind of build, so kind of a throwback. I'm gonna put it right up against the edge here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna put it, connecting it to that other thing. So 2 will cover it, and then I want this guy. Nope, I didn't want to. Just wanted to move it. It's kind of floating up in the air, right? Yeah. Not anymore. There we go. Oh, it's going down. That's why they're floating up in the air. Easy fix, though. Oh, I totally forgot. I needed to fix this thing. I saw it at the cinematics at the outro. Sorry, let me do it. It will take 2 seconds. This thing, I'm sure many of you will probably like really upset about it. Also, let me turn off the depth of field. All right. It's like off center. There we go, and that's much better. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can improve the distance between these guys. The toolbar. Oh, you mean the 3 rows of content? It's called the advanced toolbar, something like that. It just gives you this button where you can like expand and collapse things. Sorry. What are the why are the cliffs so real looking? Because of the map theme? You mean these? Yeah, these are because of the map theme, basically. Whenever you exceed a certain threshold in terms of how steep the terrain gets, it just exposes the rocks. But the theme I'm using has like pretty amazing cliffs textures. In fact, you can see how it like gradients towards grass. There's like different textures that are all kind of blend in. But yeah, you technically the vanilla themes also have a little bit of that, but they're so low quality that you really don't see a huge, you know, amount of detail. I'm thinking of doing something crazy here. Let's see if this works. Because this looks pretty empty, but I also don't want to... Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. We're going to get rid of these houses. Go away houses. And we're going to make room for one of these guys. Yeah. Boom. Done. This actually might be a little bit too... Oh, it wants to pull that terrain. Let me see if I can get a narrower one. Just want some parking lots in here. A little bit. It's raising up the terrain, which is not something that I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted, actually. What can I do to add detail to this? Oh, I know. I have a better idea. We can grab this guy. Actually, we can grab this guy with trees. By default, I think the trees are terrible, right? Yeah, these trees are disgusting. Let's get another tree. Let's get the young pines. I think will work just fine here. Or actually the small oaks will also look good. What's tiny tree? Oh, I kind of like the tiny tree, to be honest. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna grab this, have it aligned to that thing, move it in place, kinda. Actually, I could just bring it over to that edge. Welcome to Clipping Path Simulator 2018, where we clip and simulate things. So that adds a little bit of detail. Let's see, can I get this flushed up against that other texture? Yeah, that looks much nicer, actually. I like it. We're gonna have another path sort of going this way. In fact, we could get rid of the last one and have the path sort of meet with the road. And we also have this gap in here. We can have like a nice crossing thing. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so great. I love retrofitting details to existing things. So we can do this. Oh, this got all messed up. Great. Really? You're not gonna... Come on, up, up. There we go. These network pedestrian paths get really finicky sometimes. Like they just reset, even though you can like change the height and everything else. They don't like it very much. So let's see if we can get that aligned the right way. I'm not a fan of this weird curve here. I think we need an extra node. That's what we need. So let's do that. Get rid of that. And now we can move this in place. Sorta. You want this to be a straight line because I want the sidewalk, or at least the lines of the building lots to match this line. So that doesn't look super bad. See if we can nudge this closer to us. I hate it when it moves the camera as I'm trying to select things. I don't understand why that actually happens, but it's pretty annoying. Oh, we have conflicting chairs here. Or benches. I wonder which building this bench belongs to. Probably here. Let me actually save the game real quick. This is going to be 13.5. You can see my other save games there. This is the design guide that's coming. I should have hidden that, but I guess spoiler alert, a little bit too late for that. But all right. What mod allows you to pick the trees and lights that go on the roads? The mod is called Network Skins. And when you select a road, you get this menu here. The roads that support trees will also have more menus. Like for example, this one, you can see left tree, right tree, and you can set the distance even. Highly recommended. It has its own set of issues, by the way, but it's pretty cool overall. Now, I think we should probably fence this. Let me remove the props on this thing. Whatever building actually has the benches, not this one, probably this one, right? Did I select the right building? I don't think I did. Props, this building. Door marker. Came in 100 centimeters, so 1 meter. Is that like, I don't understand what's happening here. What about, dude, unselected building. Dog park trash can. Okay. Bench. Yeah, we want to get rid of that bench. There we go. And this one, I think we want to get rid of this playground stuff. We don't want this. Select this one. Swing set goes away. Sandbox goes away. And I'm sure there's a bench there that also goes away. And the dog park stuff, I don't know why you would have a dog park trash can on one of these houses. But you do, and we don't want them. So there's some bushes here, some vanilla bushes. I might leave those. Is your city based on a French small city? Yes and no. It's based on a lot of European cities I've been to, basically. So it's a mishmash of a whole bunch of different cities. For better or for worse. There's a lot of French inspiration, I'm not gonna lie. But there's a lot of Scottish inspiration, Swedish inspiration. I guess British in general, not just Scottish. I have a lot of French buildings though. That might be why it feels the way it does. All right, so this one, I'm just gonna fence this here. This one's now gonna have a fence. And what I wanna do is add some different tiles here just to really mark where the proper line exists. I think I can do a better job at aligning these two. There we go. Close enough. And voila. Are there any skyscrapers under construction assets that you could put in your city? Yeah, there's a few lots that I wanna do like a construction sort of lot. I don't have any assets of that nature yet, but I want to add a few. Actually, oh dude, I have an idea. This is gonna be great. Oh my god, this is gonna be so great. Or actually, it's gonna be terrible. We'll see. Boom. Except we have that crappy lie there. Okay, this didn't come out as I expected it will come out. Let me bring this down just for a second. Yeah, no, that's not a good thing. I hate you so much. Okay, so network skins. Sometimes, like, it reverts your changes if you, like, delete it and do things like that. So, proceed with caution. It's what I'll say. This is an easy fix, but man, it's annoying. I thought I turned off the tooltips, the help, but I guess it came back at some point. Let's put this there. This one needs to go up. Also, these trees are actually growing on the pavement, so I need to put them on a planter or something like that. And I should probably use Surface Painter here to fix this. There we go. Great. So that's fixed now. Let's see if I can add another node coming this way, but instead of actually crossing the road, it just stays there. It's kind of hacky, I'm not gonna lie, but it will work. There we go, that's nice. Like the terrain sort of hides the imperfections. That's what I like to see. So now let's grab that table thing. I didn't know that was actually called table. Table custom. And we can have our own custom pedestrian crossing right here. Here's a car that's driving by. Doesn't look like it's clipping through too much, which is good. And in order to make this work flawlessly, we also want to have an invisible pedestrian path. Actually, you know what? I can get rid of this segment and just straight up have an invisible pedestrian path in here. But I want this one. I don't know if that one works as well as this one. This one works better because it can go pretty much anywhere. So I can do that, select the node and put it in place. Kind of like that. This should probably connect. Famous last words. At least it will connect to the sidewalk for sure. By the way, why is Flock so inactive recently? He's really busy with school. I told him to like put together a video explaining what's up, but he's fine. He's around. We haven't talked too much recently. We've exchanged a couple messages on Discord. We took a lot more in previous months because we're working on that live stream. But yeah, he's super busy with school. That's what it is. He will post videos again. He's not gone. After Nydal, will you do a super futuristic city with a bunch of super tall skyscrapers? Well, Nydal is going to take a while to be completed, but I'm not a huge fan of the futuristic look, to be honest, so probably not. Sorry. So sorry. Do we want another one here? Let's give this a shot. We're almost done with this part, trust me. We'll move on to the dog park and the playground and stuff. So here it's tricky because the terrain doesn't help us very much, so probably not going to do that. What we can do though is this. We can actually have a proper crosswalk. That would work. Let me try to align it so that the actual tracks aren't covered by the decal, but so we can have that, and we can duplicate it so that it's wide enough. So that will do it. Now we'll select the 4 nodes. Let's actually center it. And now we're gonna go shift page down to lower the opacity of these things so that they blend in with the texture underneath. These two are too close. This is where it gets tricky. Trying to match these textures. I would say that's good enough. And let's grab the invisible. No, actually, let's do the regular pedestrian path. I like those. I'm so used to. What are you doing, car? How? Wait. Why would you even do that? Like, that doesn't make sense. All right, so now we have a proper functioning pedestrian path. This, I don't know what the hell happened there. Stupid car. Let's get some planters for these bad boys here. We want the tiny ones, I think. So we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that. And that is this. This is kind of clipping through the building, but it's okay. It looks good enough. By the way, let's see if we can actually raise this up just a touch. I'm not a huge fan of having that segment there. Actually, you should probably lower this down even. Something like that. Should probably bring this down as well. There we go. Slightly better. Let's put down this. I'm using cinematic camera extended to be able to zoom in. You bring the FOV down. It looks like SimCity. Oh wow, that's like. It looks like SimCity 4 with the isometric. I can turn on the LODs. What was it? There we go. Not a view that I would recommend to play with, but it looks cool in cinematics, and it definitely helps you zoom in much closer to have more precision on where you put your assets. So that's a tip right there. Actually, now that everyone, well, we'll still have over 300 people watching. Let me ask you this: would you be interested in part of the streams that I want to do, like often, like actual scheduled stream, like almost every week, if not every week, actually. That's at least what I'm going to be aiming for. Do some sort of like City Skylines help desk, where if you have like questions on like mods that are not working for you and you need to troubleshoot something, I can basically answer questions that you may be looking for, but Google can't find your answer. Or you're just too lazy to use Google and still want an answer. That is something that I may be able to do. Would you be interested in partaking in a project like that? Because, you know, the whole point of this is not only for you to see me build pretty cities, but also share some knowledge. And right now I have a Patreon reward. That's basically, hey, I'll answer whatever question you have in the form of video. But I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I might get rid of that because it's a bit too elite of a reward. And I want more people to be able to figure out issues in the game and, you know, see more content out there. Whether it's in the form of a video on YouTube or just screenshots on Reddit or whatever it is. Or just people playing the game on their own and not sharing it with anyone. But I do want to share all the knowledge that I have a little bit. I think that will be beneficial for the community in general. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I would be interested. Okay. I stopped playing CS because my cities don't come out as awesome. I'm a graphic artist and I can see why I want to just make it happen. Yeah, it takes a while. There's a couple of videos that you might watch. That one that pressed it on how to like change your light settings so that they look realistic. I don't know if that's your problem, but that's one way to start. And then there's another one by $2.20. You just search how to make cities look realistic in City Skylines. You're gonna find that video there. I recommend that one as well. That might be a good place to start for ideas. All right, so it seems like you guys are down with the idea. Okay, I'll set it up. We'll get that started very soon. I think I'm gonna get rid of these parking lots now because this doesn't make a lot of sense suddenly. Maybe that actually looks kind of nice, except we don't want to walk on the grass. But maybe that. That actually kind of looks kind of nice. Not gonna lie. I do want to get rid of that light. Do I want to get rid of that light? I think I might. Yes. Let's get rid of that light. And I think we do need some like lamps here. I have some fancy lamps that I want to use. Not this one's, but this one's instead. So I guess I can just have one on each end here, just for good measure. Let me lower these down just a little bit. There we go. And then we can have a few on just on this side. They don't have to be like all aligned or anything like that. Just present them in a way where they make a little bit of sense. Something along these lines. There we go. Will you put more historical buildings? Depends what you mean by historical. You mean like all buildings like this, like old looking buildings, or like actually kind of like a monument type of building? Honestly, the answer to both is yes, I will. But yeah, I don't know exactly if you had a different thing in mind. I want to have like a big, large planter here. What's the biggest round planter I have? Is this the only one? I think we're in dire need of a large tree. Let's see what we can put here, and I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this area. And then we'll move over to the. This is too big for that planter. Yeah. What about this one? This one is not. This one actually kind of fits. I like that. I do think we could bring this closer to the sidewalk so that it's not clipping on the tree so much. Just enough. Actually, we could have like a twin tree on this side. Why not? Dude, I'm liking this a lot. This is awesome. Oh, we need to figure something out here. Here, I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. Let's just let's get this down really quickly. We're gonna do a parking lot because we need more parking spaces in the city, obviously. Even though most people are not driving. These benches, I think they belong to this building, so we're gonna have to get rid of them. Bench. Boom. Gone. And those people are just like sitting there. Might need to get rid of the hang around marker as well, right? Yeah, that's probably gonna disappear in a little while, or not? Not sure. I guess it's just gonna be sitting there forever. All right, let's get this. Actually, it will be important to keep our lines straight, or as straight as we can. Even though these are clearly not straight lines. Nope. I just want to move the node. Just want it like a really thin, narrow sort of sidewalk on this side, and then like a much larger one on this side. Maybe move the building over yonder a little bit, and we can figure that out in just a second. Let's put down some parking spaces. Welcome to Nydal, home of the Invisible Bench, Inc. Let's see. I never do like diagonal parking, but I guess I should probably do diagonal parking, even though these are, oh, no, these are like, oh, this is left-hand driving. I think I got the wrong ones. Which, well, this one is too tall for this, but okay, this is the right one, but it's 4x1, so I need a shorter one. But I think I got the wrong ones for shorter ones, so that's not gonna help. First of all, let's put down a handicap spot. And then, can we transition into this easily? Actually, that kind of worked. These are left-hand driving, though. I guess I don't expect to have a dead-end street like this. Cool. What do we do about this? I think we're gonna create some sort of little courtyard here, and we're gonna grab some of these small oaks. This one actually is the one I like. And then we're gonna pave this whole area like this. We can add some benches there, why not? I probably would never go this detailed, but since everyone's watching me like detail this, might as well put a few things here for this to actually make a little bit of sense. And let's get a trash can for a good measure. There we go. No one's gonna see that ever. This is just for you guys. Cool. You know what we need here? We need a few bollards. Just so that cars don't get into the sidewalks or anything like that. See if we can make this a little bit more equidistant. There we go. Not too bad. Yeah, the pressure of the audience, pretty much. We also need to detail this. This could benefit from like a large statue. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this right now. I definitely want to go get this done, but DV13 says, I'm building my detail city, but I've done only like 2x2 kilometer area in 3 months. Yeah, that is what happens. I mean, this is a 2x2 area, and Nydal's been up for, I don't know, like 2-3 months now. So I'm basically in a worse position than you are right now. But I feel like I'm making progress. There's a whole bunch of expansion that I want to do that's just going to be repeating the same aesthetic over and over again. I may not even include that in a video, but I do want to grow the city so that it looks larger than, you know, than this, basically. Okay, let's see. How do we split this? So we have, so definitely, I think we want the playground to be next to this building and then have like a fence and then a dog park on the other side. What I think I'm going to do first is add a coat of surface painter. Something like that. Usually, I don't know if this is true for every dog park in the world, but the ones that are nearby me, they don't have any grass. It's just like basically a piece of like wood chips, like bark. That kind of stuff. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Actually, we don't need to go all the way around the edges, just enough. Do we have any dirt decals? We do. That's good. Except this one is a little bit too extreme, but what about this? This one actually, I was gonna say this looks a little bit more appropriate, but let's just give it a shot. Obviously, we need to sync these so that the opacity goes down. So I'm holding Shift and page down. Just want to add a little bit of detail to the underlying texture. See, that's not too bad. Let's grab a fence. Let's see which fences we have here to play with. This looks kind of like the typical dog park fence chain link, even though this is a prop and not a network-based fence, unfortunately. But this will do, I think. Let's use prop line tool. There we go. We also want anarchy to be on. Man, I haven't used Propline tool in such a long time. I thought this was like already like fixed. Not fixed, but like at least it would remember your settings. I guess it doesn't, but don't mind the background noise. I guess it's the background noise of a city anyways in the distance. Looks kind of boxy, but I think it works, maybe. What do you do if you hit the prop count limit? Well, I mean, we're pretty far from it. I've only used less than 3,000 props, and we can use up to 65,000. So, I don't know, that's another reason why I've been really trying to try to get the most amount of detail using network skins and things like that, so that I don't have to deal with this. Technically, we use a lot more than this, but it's not too bad. I don't think we'll get to that point. And if I do, there's options that I can try. So, yeah. You think there's a network one that looks like this? Let's take a look. You might be right. You are right, actually. Why don't we get rid of this then? I thought these came with natural disasters. I didn't know there was a network version of this. The line between custom content and vanilla content, it's getting blurrier by the day, which is kind of a good thing. That means the vanilla content is catching up in terms of quality. The aesthetic, the base game aesthetic is actually too cartoonish and not very realistic, and I think they kind of like stuck in that, with that, you know, art sort of scheme. But I think, I don't know, Park Life at least changed a little bit of that, I think, for the better. I do want to do that. I actually might run out of segments before I run out of props, now that I think about it. Which is not great. That would really F things up, if you know what I mean. Because I can potentially cheat the props. There's ways around the props. Networks, not so much. Actually, how we're doing in terms of network segments. I mean, we still have a way to go, but could be a tricky situation. I need to actually keep that in mind. Totally forgot about it. Let's bring this 2 nodes back here. It's easier to use your arrow keys for this. All right, that's not bad. This is live or recorded? This is live. Eventually will be recorded and watchable on my YouTube channel. Wow, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Holy crap. Thank you, those of you who are just joining in. We're working on City of Nydal, which is my YouTube series. We're just tackling a few little details that are probably too boring for a video, but fun for doing it on a live stream and chatting at the same time. I'm Swedish, and you made an amazing job to make it look European. Thank you. When we were in Stockholm a couple weekends ago, we were walking towards Gamlen Stand, and I was telling Jay and Flux, "Hey, look, that's Nydal right there." There's a lot of downtown Stockholm apply to Nydal, and I've only been there twice, so well, twice in a year at least. That would explain things. Okay, before I go any further with this dog park, I do want to add the playground stuff. So I think what we need first is we have this like matching parking lot. This parking lot is actually attached to this building, except I dragged a road through it, the parking lot road. So now it like basically it's aligned almost perfectly, which is awesome. Should maybe add Let's see. We can add a crosswalk here. Because why not? I think that's about enough. Send the other one. There we go. That's not too bad. Should we lower this? Yeah, we should probably lower this just a little bit so that it blends in with the texture underneath. Kind of like that. Which is the mod you use for the prop counts? So it's called, show more limits, I think, or show limits, I think it's the name of the mod. And it's if you do Control Shift L is how you open it up. Show more limits, right? Did I get that right? Here, I'll link it in the chat. This is not the one. This is the one. Yeah, CSL, show more limits. I'm pasting it on both chats. There we go. Kuzo says, hey Toaster, I did download Nydal save aim from your Patreon, but I'm running 16 gigs of RAM, and I was wondering how much RAM. Sorry, let me bring the music down. How much RAM you use for Nydal? I run 2100 assets and I'm still missing 400 from Nydal. I also missed tons of road, even seem I downloaded all the roads in your asset collection. So I have 32 gigs of RAM, but I think the city should work. I mean, I loaded Nydal on a 16 gig computer. So it seems like you're running the save aim with more assets than the ones specifically for Nydal. If you really want to run Nydal without issues, just unsubscribe to everything, clean up your assets, and then subscribe to the collections. And all the link collections below. There's link collections on the main collection. It should take like 10-15 minutes to get it all like subscribed and downloaded, at least on a semi-fast internet connection. Yeah, I think that's going to be your main issue. The game is CPU intensive, but not. I mean, it wants more memory than CPU. Like my CPU right now, my usage is at barely. I mean, I'm like 60% CPU usage right now. Now GPU is maxed out in terms of memory, and actual memory right now. Look, so I'm running Nydal, and I'm only using 13 gigs of RAM. I mean, some of it is paged, but for the most part, I'm using half my memory, and I'm streaming and I'm running all these other things. So something to keep in mind. Car Lover says, "Hey, Sir, how are you? I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?" Okay, let's continue this journey. Yeah, I find it funny how the cars change positions every time you move something. It must be frustrating for the Sims. Yeah, like if I move something, they get out of the building and suddenly their car is like parked totally in a different place. That's kind of effed up. I always want to use these, but I run into a lot of issues every time I want to use these guys. Especially when I'm selecting buildings and not the actual nodes. See if I can do something along these lines. This will be the entrance to the dog park. See, now I get that grass growing in between the joints, like, I don't know, and everything is like aligned, so I don't know exactly what is causing it. I know I can get rid of them by just using Surface Painter. In this case, I think I'm going to use the ruin texture so that things sort of blend in, but it will be nice to not have to do that. I also need to add 2 nodes here, one here and one here, and then delete this in the middle. Not delete that thing though. I did not want to delete that. I guess I could just maybe duplicate this. I know it was a different decal, but honestly, I kind of like this one better. And it also makes my roads a little bit dirty, which is good. So I need some sort of gate now. Let's see, do I have like a fancy gate of some kind? I don't have anything here, man. What's happening? I have these 2 tiny gates, but I guess I could just put like a wooden gate. Usually dog parks have like weird like entrances, I think. The real question is how long the loading. The loading takes about, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes. It's not too bad. As long as you have loading screen mod, it won't take forever to load. This one is a little bit too. I'm kind of feeling this one, just a wooden thing. Actually, here, let's try this instead. Let's go fence, and not that one. I want the actual network fence. Please allow me to select that node. Thank you very much. So we can do that, and then we can go grab that wooden gate. I think that will potentially work. Actually, I could just have it be there. It's kind of satisfying getting really close, huh? There we go. That's our dog park. Pausing the game makes moving things much easier. It doesn't. I see no difference in the game running in the background or having it pause. Like seriously, it's really. At least, I don't know, maybe it's just me or maybe it's this project, but I see no difference whatsoever if the game is running or not. It's just more like distracting to see cars in the background more than anything else. My PC can barely play big DLC CDs. I only have 8 gigs of RAM and 2 gigs of VRAM. I'm thinking that I probably need to unsubscribe to all the mods and play vanilla for a while. Yeah, with those specs, it's gonna be tricky. I mean, you can still run it. It will run terribly, but it will run. It will be more like a slideshow than anything else. What's the pit in the bag next to the train tracks? Ooh, you don't want to know. The people that ask a lot of questions and end up on this pit. Now, this is just the this is the network there's a tram line that goes around here. It goes underneath the train tracks, and it curves somewhere around here. Here, let me zoom out so you can see it. It basically comes around here and it exits through this other tunnel. Pretty neat, huh? So you can see the pit here basically goes around this way. We have a train incoming there as well. This whole area is like suddenly like coming together really nice. If I do say so myself. Yeah, this is where all the dead people go. But only the people that ask too many questions, you know. Okay, playground. I want to measure this because these playground assets that I have look freaking amazing, but they're huge. Look at the size of this thing. So I want to make sure that this fits. Actually, this fits just fine here. I don't know if there's like a... Will there be an issue if a playground is so close to a dog park? Like kids getting eaten by dogs or anything like that? There must be some like required distance that these things should go, but safety is not that big of a concern in Nydal. We have free healthcare here, technically, so it's all good. I'm sure a lot of parents will be glad that the mayor is using that kind of language. Referring to their children in those terms. Actually, I think I kind of want to do this instead here. That's not too bad. Wish this jagged edges weren't such a thing. We might be able to fix that by maybe moving this slightly. Just enough that those are not visible. And then we can maybe do the same on this side. These pedestrian paths do get a little bit finicky. What happens if I do that? Did I just destroy everything for no reason? I kind of did, yeah. I think we want this instead. Not here though, I actually want concrete here. I think the most annoying thing about the lag is the fact that you have to click on a menu like 5 times in order to actually click in and give you what you want. This is good enough. We're gonna hide the imperfections with trees and things. Now, I want to find, yeah, this is what I wanted. So I want to cover these things with some of these decals. Actually, let's get all of this properly aligned, or as much as we can. Something like that. So these guys are complaining about no road access. I didn't think you needed a road access for this, but I guess you do. So let's have these textured. I know they don't meet necessarily, but it's so subtle that I don't think it matters. So there's that. There we go. That's looking nice. Strict Toaster, how do you get rid of sprites in places you don't want them? So basically, sprites only grow on grass. So if you put down gravel or ruined or the pavement textures using Surface Painter, this is Surface Painter, by the way. It's actually called Surface Painter, not Surface Tool. That's how you find it in the workshop. You get rid of the sprites. That's pretty much how you do it. I love the sprites, by the way, but sometimes they get in the way too much. So for example here, let's go paint it with ruined. And we kind of get rid of it, but at this point kind of transitions into pavement. So, you know, there's so much you can do. Also, another way to do it is grab one of these brushes, have a whole bunch, and you can grab a 1x1 ruined and put it there, and it should work, except it's not working for whatever reason, probably because I already painted it with Surface Painter, but that's sort of how you do it. All right, let's add some fancy lamps in here. We need some lights. This looks like a modern type of playground, so definitely want to add a few of these instead. There we go, not too shabby. We might need a PPG in here. Which I haven't put a whole bunch of PPGs before. Also, this wants to be on a road. We can put it there. And let's put a small PPG on this little park that we just put together. Or maybe even here. Actually, here it's a better spot. That way we get a lot of traffic. I mean, we already have quite a bit of foot traffic here, which is nice. Kind of like that. All right, coming back to this. Do you have a basic list of mods? Yeah, so I not only have a basic list of mods, I have a whole video. It was a recorded live stream where I only talked about the mods that I think are like the most essential ones. Here, I'll link it up. It's called Essential Mods and Tips. Let me see if it comes up. Yeah, here it is. I'll link it on both chats. So if you're looking to get started in City Skylines modding, I'd suggest you take a look at this video of mine. It has timestamps, so you don't have to watch the 2 hours. You can just skip to whatever mods you're having issues with. And if you really want to learn the whole thing, you just watch the whole 2 hours. But that will be a great way to get started if you never played with modded City Skylines. Can you make before after fades for those live streams? No, the before and afters are basically I record the, let's say I did this, I record the after, then close the game and reopen it again like an old save game, and then I record the after or the before in that case, and then in post production I do the actual crossfade. So I wished I could do that live, but nope. Hedges would look nice along the edges. Sure, why not? Let's try some hedges. I think I'm going to use the prop hedges though. So this one is like a little bit too long. I think I want to put some hedges around here. Let's try the short hedge. Something along these lines. I'm not opposed to that. Is there something that's let's try the leafy thing. I wanna have some like sort of garden in front of this building. Wow, there's a lot of people coming here, even though it's not connected. I like that. This bush is a little bit too tall. Let's grab some flowers. We're gonna mix up some of these colors. And let's grab some of these tiny pines. Something along these lines. It's kind of extreme pine, so probably not. Let's try to roughen these up a bit. Is my mouse running out of batteries? No. Feels a little bit weird. Need to figure that out. You know what we need here? Stone. We need some stone. Actually, how would this look here? This would look nice here. But actually, let's try the network-based one. Just to have like a hedge of some kind, or an edge of some kind. Add a water fountain. I don't think a water fountain will fit here very nicely. We already had a water fountain on this other park right here. I don't know if you saw it. Here, I'll show it. This one I'm actually really happy with. We can have like a giant water fountain here. I'll actually do that after this thing. Let me see. I did want to add a few trees here and there. Let's grab planters. So maybe we can have like 2 things like this. Sure, we can have 3. Why not? I know they're not aligned. I'll fix them in a second. Props only, please. Thank you very much. What's here? That's, oh, the hedge. I see what it is. Will this feed fit in here? Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. And there's a lot of foot traffic on this park. Kind of like it. So what's the dock park trash can? This is the one? All right. So I guess we're going to need this. We're going to put it right up against this fence. I wish there were more people using this. So I think the last thing this needs is a couple benches, and that's about it. I mean, I'm really digging the look of this thing. Actually, you know what? We need some columns too. Let's see if we have. I need to get some columns props. I use them all the time, or at least I used to use them all the time in previous projects. But in this case, I'm just going to keep it simple. Just going to add a few here. Like so. Just enough to sort of mark the spot where the entrance is. All right, oh, and let's get the benches and then we'll move on to the next project. All right. Any industrial area with industry DLC? The industrial area, I haven't really worked much on it. This is all the industrial that we have. There's going to be some more industrial buildings here. I don't know if I'll add a lot of industrial buildings from the industries DLC. The next video that's coming up on my channel actually has a few, but they're not, I don't know. The latest DLC is not very good for the detail-oriented player. Like, I like it, but it's more of a management kind of DLC. Parklife was like amazing for detailing, as was mass transit, but yeah, probably not. Do you have any other emergency services? I've only seen garbage trucks and hearses. Yeah, so the cars are undercover, actually. Do I have any ambulances? Actually, I may not have any ambulances. Let's see. So for police, we have the helicopters, which are not working, but we have these like undercover Audis and BMWs. I need to find like a proper police car to drive around. I was looking for like generic ones that don't belong to any one city, but it's kind of hard, so I might just pick one and whatever, stick to those. As for ambulances. Yeah, I was gonna check that too. Let's see, health care. So it seems like we're using, oh yeah, no, this one is disabled, but we have these ambulances working. And there's a lot of dead people in the city. What's going on? I wonder, I may not have enough hearses. Is that what's happening? I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It seems like some of them are being cleared up, but yeah, that's kind of odd. I'll check that off camera, see what happens. But all right, we have some random people hanging out at the dog park, even though there's no dogs. But whatever, not judging. Let's look at this little park right here. So these trees in the middle, I think I'm gonna get rid of them. To be honest, not a fan of how they look, and unfortunately, I have to get rid of the actual segments for this to be updated to something else. Let's see what we have here. So we were using the brick one, right? I think so, yeah. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, these are the trees that we had before, so we don't want those. Let me minimize this real quick. Grab this again, and I think I want... What is this? Those are not bad, but they're a little bit too tiny. I want like let's take a look. Oh, okay, I've used a lot of these trees. They don't look very realistic lined up like that. I need to figure something out, make them a bit less obvious. Honestly, this medium stubby conifer green might do the trick. Let's give it a shot. Should be a relatively easy fix. Yeah, dude, I kind of like that. Actually, I want to line it up with this node instead. There we go. I think I want all these nodes to be aligned with one another, to be perfectly honest. There we go. That's... oh, because there's a slope here. That's why... No, I guess I don't want that then. Are these two align actually? Because it looks like it's sloping down there, but... Hello, Sir Toaster from Europe. Hello to you, sir. Water supply might be polluted. That's a good point. Let me see. How do you... I don't even know how to check for pollution. This is the only pollution that we have. This is ground pollution, right? Oh, average drinking water pollution. No, everything is like pretty clean. I wonder, like, what about like happiness? There's some unhappiness around here, certain areas, but I don't think that matters all that much. I need to disable those helps. I don't want to see them. Showing game guide pop-ups. I already hit this. Everything is disabled. I don't know why they keep coming up. Maybe whenever you open it up the first time, it's why they showed up. What could it be? What about this? This is like a touristy area. Okay, I see. I see how it is. Traffic. Traffic's pretty good for the most part. What about noise pollution? Noise pollution, we have some noise pollution, but I think it's pretty much under control. Just average 3%. What about crime? We're pretty good with crime as well. Crime rate is only 5%. We have tons of jails, so that's good. What about fire? Fire is not really that big of a deal. We only have 2 fire stations though. Oh, you know what? Fire station is this one. I did it like on episode 2 or something, and it's kind of plain. We really need to come back to this. Let's finish this thing first, and if I don't know what time is it. Oh, it's like 1:20 p.m. Holy crap. Okay, I think I'm gonna just finish this, and then we can do another live stream to fix that fire station, and we also need to like fix these gaps here. stuff like that. Do you have any healthcare? Yeah, I do have healthcare too. I think we're pretty good in terms of healthcare. There you go. And death care. Oh, I think healthcare, yeah. We have a ton of capacity, but it's centralized to this. That's probably why. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So we need some hospitals over here. You might be right. The parking in front of this train station can have a clock tower like the one in Buenos Aires. Ooh. Do I have a clock tower? I have this clock tower. Constructed Sightseeing Bus Depot. I thought I had all the freaking things unlocked. Is there not like settings for this? Landmarks unlocked? Something like that? Maybe one of these features? Display your own names? Nope. Okay, so for this one we need... Yeah, I don't mind that idea, actually. I kind of like it. We need a Sightseeing Bus Depot. I don't even know... I'm guessing it's this menu, right? Tours... Let's just put it here. I mean, that's not going to be the final location, just so you know. Just trying to figure things out here. Start the simulation. Is this the right one, actually? Let me double check. Sightseeing Bus Depot. Okay. So we have that. Why is the clock not working? Is it under... Which menu would this be under? I don't even know how to get to some of these assets, as you can see. Maybe under landmarks. Not here, not here. I guess I can expand this. Yeah, here it is. That's very weird. You don't know why City Skylines have so many buildings locked? It's just the achievements. If you play the vanilla game, you can actually unlock things as you make other things. Buses in use 0. So maybe what I probably need to do is just create a line, right? Something like that. Let's just create a crappy line for a second here. There we go. Okay, now we have these guys coming out. Okay, this must be broken. Also have a mod that unlocks everything. I don't know, maybe it's like disabled because I just had to clear all my settings, but that's very weird. Yeah, it doesn't like it. Well, that's a bummer. Let's take a look at this bus stores here. Ridiculous. I do want to add like real ones, by the way. But I also want my freaking clock. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Unless I need to unlock some other thing. Let me see. Maybe this needs some sort of requirement. I mean, it's connected to power and everything, right? Let me double check that. Yeah. Power, water, everything. Park maintenance. Is that what I need? Okay. Let's see about that. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so I have that. There you go, guys. Okay, so this guy wants to be on a roadside. And let's
let's just straight up move it. We're gonna need to get rid of a lot of just gonna stage it here for a second. We need to get rid of all the props, but man, this actually looks nice and it also matches the aesthetic of the station. Good call. Good call on the clock. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. Can I get rid of this now? What happens if I get rid of this? Is it like, can I keep putting more of these clocks? Yes, I can. Cool. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, so hang on. Give me a second here. I need to actually make a quick stop to use the restroom, if you don't mind. I'm going to... I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. All right. Let me catch app on chat for a second. Trends are just perfect, full stop. Not too shabby was coined by Corrales. I've heard other people say that before Corrales. But yes, he does say that a lot. Ninja Noob Slayer has a small set of generic police department vehicles. I checked his stuff like when I started Nydal, and he had like very like city specific police cars. But I'll check again. Maybe I either mistaken those or I don't know. Okay, let me move this out of the way because I have no idea what I'm actually going to be removing from this. And get rid of this. Okay. Love that pause screen. Thank you. I need to actually have it animate or something. But yeah, it works. Let's see. Let's open up, prop it up. Clock tower clock. Wait, if I remove this, will it will it get rid of the entire thing, or does it have like another tiny clock? I'm not gonna even try it because then it's gonna be a pain in the ass to restore it. So I kind of like the. Honestly, I kind of like all the details that it has. I like that the tiles and everything. I'm just gonna get rid of the trees probably. So let's get rid of the trees. There's even some fancy grass growing in between, which I'm guessing it's from, yeah, like roof vegetation. These are all from Green Cities, but I think I'm gonna keep those. So let's bring this back into here. You know what? I might need to align all these nodes with one another. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to keep this round shape. There we go. That's much better. I mean, even as broken as this is already kind of looking amazing. Let me see. Someone is sending me a link. Let's take a look at this. Oh, interesting. Here, I'll share it on the screen. I see. Generic police. When is this? When was this posted? Yeah, October 5th. So this is like relatively new compared to when I was looking for them. This is not a Ninja's Noob Slayer though, but I kind of like it. Let me add it to the collection real quick. Boom. Pretty cool. All right, back to the game. Let's see. So how do we want to do this? Will be a good question to ask. Let's try to center this as much as we can first. Because I'm kind of digging the round shape of this. And the only thing that's preventing us from having this round shape here is the tiles, I would say. So if we can maybe move this mesh, center it. I'm trying to center these like squarey things. What I want to do, I guess, is I might have to get rid of the tiles. Screw it. Let's get rid of the tiles and also some of these roof assets, the green roof assets. But I can bring them back as, well, I have access to those as well. So let's get rid of the park tiles first. There we go. Not bad. And let's get rid of roof vegetation 2. Let's see which one. Okay, so those are the ones. Not bad. And then we're going to get rid of roof vegetation 5. Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty okay to me. We might need to nudge some of these nodes farther away just so that everything sort of fits. Let's see how that feels. If we can have a node that's like there. Nope, don't want that. Why can't I undo anything? By the way, I have all my keys remapped to Mac because I've been using Mac for forever. So some of the keys don't actually work the way they're supposed to. Get rid of all these tips. They're kind of annoying. Oh, they don't go away? Really? Okay. Maybe in the settings. Move it to 0. High tips. Cool. Man, Samsung's been working hard on this mod. Holy crap. Why is everyone not walking on the paths? What do you mean? They're all walking on the paths. What if we do like an oval shape? Basically, it's going to be like the YouTube logo, this thing. It's kind of like a round. Or a squarish, but round. If that makes any sense. Kind of like it though. It's kind of like oval shaped. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Natch is saying, hi from Buenos Aires, really cool seeing an idea from my city being used here. Chabón, usé un montón de ideas de Buenos Aires. hay mucho de Buenos Aires en Nydal. Sorry, I had to just answer that in Spanish. Couldn't help myself. Okay, I think the next step will be to... What's going on with my cursor? There we go. Kind of happy with that. Let's see if we can get some concrete up in here to sort of make everything fit. Man, this is awesome. I really enjoy this. We don't want two of these. So this is, I think, officially the tallest point in the city in terms of like man-made objects. Because previously it was that church over there. But even the station, I think, was like higher than the church. Okay. Let's go for tiles here. Let's see what we can add. I like these King Lando tiles because they have like curvy edge, but I don't think that will matter all that much in here. Is this all that I have? What about cobblestone? Ooh, we have all kinds of cobblestones. 16 by 16. This is interesting. What if we try to match the inner walls that are square and then leave the other ones as they are? Let's see how that would look. It kind of sucks that they don't quite fit. There's like a gap on the side. I'll see what I can do about that without having to, or at least resourcing to a lot of textures clipping with one another. I guess I could do angles like this as well. Actually, this is a different texture. Doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough. People watching the videos will never know that these don't align perfectly. It's just gonna be our little secret. I mean, that's not bad. Are those cobblestones by Avania? I think they are, actually, yeah. Yep, there you go. So let's bring back some of those roof vegetation ones. Actually, I think they're called green roof. No, not green roof. There you go. Vegetation is the word that I was looking for. And if we scroll down, there should be... Wait, really? No? I'm sure there were... I'm pretty sure I saw these. These are from Green Cities. What's the name they use for these? It's very strange. I know they had like a weird name. They're not called planters, which is what they are. They're called something else, but well, I can't even really search for them. Why don't we go through the entire list of props? That's gonna be fun. Is this what is this? Oh, these are Ronix's hedges. Okay, no, I'm not looking for hedges right now. I just want like little planters. I used them in the previous episode, so I know they're somewhere here. I love this like dog. It looks like a dead dog, but it's just a dog sleeping. We can put an elephant or not. I think this is actually an animal spawner. Those that just happen there, those are not the ones that I'm looking for. Hanging vegetation. Where could these be? What's the name of these things? By the way, I need to use this. This is kind of cool. Like I want to have some food trucks somewhere. Probably not the right spot. I'm just going to put it somewhere where I can see it so that I can find a better home for it. Like here, for example. All right, let's keep looking. What could this be named after? Oh, I haven't used these pieces yet. I've used this one, but I haven't used this starting piece. Man, so many things that I subscribe to that I totally forgot. It's kind of tricky remembering all these things, you know? Oh, these are the ones. Okay. Plant pot. Oh, I remember that I was searching for pot and these came up. Someone in Twitch say they try to build the Metrobus, which is like the bus rapid transit in Buenos Aires, and he didn't like how it turned out. There should be there are good enough assets to build a Metrobus. In fact, there's actually Metrobus signs in the workshop. Okay, let's see how we can arrange these. If we do something like this, would this work? No, they're too long. Okay. Well, never mind. I really didn't want them there anyways. So let's put a few of these on these corners. Should probably rotate them a little bit so they don't look like exactly the same, you know? To have some variety. Not that they matches or matters all that much anyways. Maybe something like this in the corners. I mean, people seem to be using this quite a bit, so I guess it really doesn't matter if it's connected. At least not for pedestrians. Probably matters for, you know, services, like if there's crime or anything like that, or health issues. We might need a road to connect. Put some lamps which light up the clock tower. Yeah, I don't know how this looks at night. That might be a thing to do. I mean, it has a few lights. I'm pretty sure, I think we're covered in terms of lights here. Yeah, I think we're covered. I don't think we need more lights. I mean, thankfully, that means less work for me, you know? Oh my god, this actually changes with the sun. That's pretty cool. Now that's a cool detail. I guess it makes sense, but look at that. Can we see it move as the simulation? Oh, because this is paused. Oh, that's so cool. That is the coolest thing. I need to include that in the cinematics. Can you put some night views in the city in the videos? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of night mode, but I've been getting that request quite a bit. So I'll probably include some shots in the next episode. Hopefully I don't forget, but yeah, I will. All right, enough of this. Now let's bring this down to 50%. There we go. All right, so let's, I want to clean up the edges of this park, make it a little bit nicer. Maybe add some of these Ronix hedges. Net structures. I want like the short, chubby ones. Terrain height too high. What? Shouldn't be too high. There we go. It's not high enough, if anything. Just want to have like a little edge. I would place another tall building office at the edge of the square. I think we have enough tall buildings, at least in this area. I do want to have like a little bit of a taller building some other place, but I think I'm happy with how the surroundings of this look like. I'm not sure if I guess again I want to do the inside edges as well, but let's do the outside edges first. Let's make sure this matches. It's kind of hard getting in there, especially because the camera keeps bouncing with everything around it. There we go, not bad. So something like this. Can you guys actually hear the sound effects of the game, or are they like, they're probably like barely noticeable? Not that it matters. They get a little bit annoying, but height too high. Just like I want that distance too short to go away, I would like for that distance or height too high to also go away. We need like a true anarchy mod, you know, that allows us to turn off all those things. Let's see if I can avoid having to do this. There we go. That's not too bad. Use anarchy. I'm using anarchy, but those things don't are not affected by anarchy. I think I have like 3 or 4 mods that add their own flavor of anarchy, and none of them deal with distance too short or height too high, unfortunately. All right, let's see how this looks. Let's get rid of that ugly grid. I really need that mod that disables a grid. You know what? I might need to add the inner parts as well. But this is already looking pretty good. It's exciting. Strict Toaster, if you use the camera position utility mod, you can get the camera zoom, or the camera to zoom closer and 1 bounce every time it hits an object. Interesting. I didn't know. I wasn't really sure what that mod was for, but I guess I'll give that a shot as well. That might work. Hey Strict, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. It's probably Saturday for some people watching the stream, I bet. Yeah, Fine Road Anarchy, I already have it. It doesn't work. Trust me. For short distances and for heights, it doesn't work. You still get the error, no matter what. Okay, let's connect these bad boys in. We might need to leave a gap here between the pedestrian path and the hedge here, because there's the bench is kind of like outside, you know. Ian says, happy Saturday from Perth, Western Australia. Yeah, I mean, it's already Sunday, almost Sunday for you, I'm sure. You guys are in the future. How does it feel living in the future? Like, what's the new iPhone like? I guess I can't really fix that edge. It's kind of annoying, but it's good enough. That's sort of what I draw the line in terms of detail, in case you didn't know. Not trying to be lazy, it's just like, you gotta pick your battles, man. Especially if you're running a series on YouTube and people expect you to make progress every week. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that at some point you gotta draw the line. Like this, I would probably spend some time trying to get it look at least just flushed between the edges, but I just hate, like, you can only select one edge at a time. It's kind of annoying. There we go, now we can do this. It's pretty good. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of from this network hedges is this. I wish that there was just like more of a straight block, you know, instead of having this like staggered segments. Because I think these are made with props, or at least that's what it looks like. What it looks like. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, they look good. This is going to be a bit more intense on this side, but hopefully not too bad. It does add some level of detail, so you know that's not a bad thing necessarily. Wouldn't it be great if Apple made an actual Apple-shaped phone? I don't think that will. I don't think will be necessarily a good idea. What's the pavement texture that you're using? You mean this one? So this is actually here. Let me show you. I'm using theme mixer. So I'm using Rheingold as the main theme. If I can click on it, and then for the upward road diffuse in theme mixer, I just switch it to Cedar Valley, or you can just turn it off because Cedar Valley doesn't even have one. But otherwise, this is the base theme that I'm using. If I switch it off, it looks like this, which is not bad, but it's too repetitive and like too intense. Everything looks like run down. I don't know, it's kind of imperfect, not a huge fan of it, so that's why I like force it to be vanilla. I'm sure someone will like it, but I don't. Again, it's not bad. I wish this one was a little bit darker even, but yeah. You mean the actual, you mean this texture? Yeah, this is Rheingold. It's kind of a nice texture. Hadiz like actually edited this a couple times to get it to look this way, so that's pretty good. And then all these are like part of their own route network segments. This one is like from Urbanist, if I'm not mistaken. Pedes, I think it's this one, yeah. It has its own sidewalk texture by Urbanist. There you go. You can look it up. All right, let's get these edges done. I wonder if I can actually use any of these curvy things at all. Probably not. Let's bring this closer to where I need it to be. Yeah, it's a bit too grungy. Are you Hadiz's Patreon to access to this? I've got a copy of the map theme a long time ago. I'm not an active Patreon of hers right now. At some point, some of these assets were public, but some people were dicks to her, and she private everything. But every chance I get, I drive people to her Patreon page because she makes some good stuff. Just sucks that, you know, people in the workshop can be dicks. And not just in the workshop. I'd rather not get into that drama, but yeah. I know you're all like eager. It's like, oh, what he's going to say? He's going to talk shit about someone. I'm not going to. It's not really my problem, but she does make some good content. Cool. I love how all these, like none of these matches, so I can't really copy and paste them. That's kind of annoying. Why is it so hard to select these nodes, man? There we go. You see, this is weird. So these paths have the benches on the outside, and this ones have the benches on the inside. Make up your mind. I think there's a fence mod that makes props conform to the ground. So if the hedge is using props, it might work. I don't remember the name, but I think it was in Altos de Yamankai. Yeah, but I want the prop to, like, not just to follow the terrain, but like be like the mesh be deformed. So like, for example, here, I like this hedge a lot, but it's a prop. Where is it? Not this one. Yeah, this one. Like, you can see how it just like it's all like nice. This one though, it looks okay for having like a gentle slope like this. It makes the ones that the network based ones that I'm using, it's okay. So that's why I'm keeping that. But for more steep grades, I would choose one of these instead. I don't know if that's what you meant. Maybe I misunderstood, but all right. A billion more to go. Jane was asking, what asset is that clock tower? It's from, actually, what is it from Parklife? I think I used this clock tower before. I think there's actually, wait, there's another clock tower in the workshop now that I think about it. Because I remember using this clock tower on another project, or a very similar clock tower on another project way before Parklife was even a thing. But yeah, if it was tethered to this sightseeing bus tour, yeah, it must be Parklife. But I'm pretty sure there's one just like this one, or very similar in the workshop. Trust me. Though Parklife is a pretty good DLC. If you're looking for recommendations, I'd recommend that. Like my top 3 DLCs, I get this question asked all the time, but like on my top list of DLCs, I would say Mass Transit obviously added a ton of features to the game, so that's worth getting. Parklife added a lot of detail. Snowfall added the trams, so if you want to play with trams, you're gonna need Snowfall. But Snow, I don't know, I don't care so much for. And then and I think that's about it. Green Cities, I wouldn't recommend it. I haven't used, I mean, aside from these like hedges, which you can get better ones probably in the workshop, not my cup of tea. And honestly, I don't even remember what was in After Dark besides the night time. I think there was like some assets there. Oh, Natural Disasters, also not the greatest DLC, but it has some like interesting looking assets like rubble and things like that are actually very usable in detailing. And this is all from a detailing point of view, like heavily modded player point of view. So just so you know. Taxis and bikes, yeah. Actually, wait, do we have... Ooh, we have this. This might work. Here, let's give it a shot real quick. This might work fine here. See if we can get it to align as best we can. The problem is like when you get here, like what do you do? Do you guys have a solution for this issue? Like maybe there's a better manicured grass that we can use, because I think this will look pretty cool in here instead of just filling it, making it all look like a jungle. After Dark included tourist and leisure assets. I see. So it was like park life, but like a early version of park life, kind of, sorta. Why can't I select this segment? There we go. Oh crap! I added the node. There we go. It's looking nice. Lassie says, good evening. Would like to say thank you for all the inspiration you have given me, and I learned a lot of you. So now the City Skylines are the most played game on my computer. Good. You're very welcome. I'm happy. I'm happy to aid in your future addiction. Hope it's something that you can manage, because again, this game can send you down the rabbit hole. It's like a drug. So my videos are like the little treat that the dealer gives you, you know? And then you're hooked. They say that marijuana is a gateway drug. No, City Skylines is the gateway drug. And just by saying those words, it just got this video demonetized. Thank you, YouTube algorithm. Much appreciated. Can I see your city at night? Yeah, give me a second. Let me finish this, and then I'll just take a moment to answer a few more questions and show everyone's, you know, whatever corner of the city you haven't seen or you want to see. You just realized that you have over 1,000 hours? Pfft, that's nothing, son. Actually, I don't even know how many hours I have now. I know I have over... Okay, so right now, the latest count is 2,182 hours. That's how many I have. And I know there's people that... I saw a screenshot of someone that has like 10,000 hours or something like that. And when they were asking that person like what like if he actually really played that, he said like for the most part he leaves the computer on with the game running just because he has so many assets that take forever to load. But I believe him that he probably logged in like at least 5,000 hours. Or her, I can't remember if it was a dude or a dudette. So many nodes everywhere. There we go. That's good enough. Did I just place that like perfectly in one go? No. Oh, of course not. These machines that the kids are using these days are corrupting their minds. Yeah, I know. Just say no. Say no to City Skylines detailing. Say no to the Steam Workshop. I mean, addiction is like real. I'm not even joking about that. There's people who are like seriously addicted to video games. There's like clinics that deal with that too. I mean, there's been cases of people like not leaving their apartment for like years at a time. I think the fail-safe that City Skylines has is that the frame rate is so bad that every couple hours you kind of like need to take a step back and like, okay, let's take a deep breath, go absorb the sun a little bit, get some vitamin D, and then of course resume and continue your detailing journey. All right, one more to go. It's happening. All right, that's looking pretty good. I think I need to actually go take up some vitamin D, to be honest. But I like how this is going. I think I want to add a bit more detail here. It still looks a little bit sparse. Maybe some manicured grass or something. I need to figure that out. Maybe you actually said it in the chat and I missed it. But what do you think about advertising your city in like billboards, posters, and stuff? I would love to do that. But yeah, I need to come up with those posters first, like actually design them, and then have someone actually turn them into real assets. What I wanted to do, and this is something that we've been talking to Biscohausen for quite some time, but we never get it done, is I need to design some like generic logo companies, and then he would potentially help me with making those in 3D models, and then have like a pack of signs that you can put on buildings. Because right now, I don't have a whole lot of signs in the city. It's pretty sparse. Let me start the simulation so that you can see what's actually happening. But yeah, something like that would work. And then yeah, of course, it will be nice to have actual posters and banners of Nydal. I need to make that happen. Do you know how to copy and paste the connector lane segments with TMPE? Copy and paste? Oh, like you mean if you like customize an intersection and then you want to copy and paste it with Move It? I don't think that will work. Like you'll have to redo it again if that's what you mean. Let me know if I misunderstood your question. Let's see. Should drop 10,000 on a computer just for CS. Here's the thing: you don't need to drop $10,000 on a computer. If you're going to invest in a computer, get something with a decent processor. Like it doesn't have to be top of the line, but what you want is more RAM. You want like at least 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, and at least I would say if you're going to play modded like this, I have 6 gigs of video RAM, of VRAM. Ooh, Leader the Monk is hosting the stream. Hey, thank you so much. I saw that you were streaming early today. As I was setting it up, I was just creeping out on your stream. I still need to try that PO thing that you sent me. I'll promise I'll take a look at it. So yeah, in terms of PC specs, yeah, you want a lot of RAM and a lot of video RAM. So yeah, this city runs like kind of fluid on my laptop, which has 8 gigs of VRAM, unlike the 6 that I have right now. What is going on here? These buildings are incorrect. These buildings should not be here. These were like duplicated. I don't know what happened there. This is the issue with vanilla buildings. Sometimes they get a little bit out of hand. Let's actually change the color of this one so that it matches all the other ones. Copy the color. Come on. Paste the freaking color. There we go. That looks much better. And of course, a computer like that wouldn't cost you 10 grand. It will be a little bit less. So this building, is this the building that I had? I think it is. It's kind of modern and ugly. I wanted to have it there on purpose. Okay, someone asked me to show the city at night. Let's do that. Nydal, after hours. Or after dark. It's not that much to see. It's just like a cluster of lights. It's funny how you can't see anything at all. How do you change the road direction? You basically select the same segment and you upgrade it using right click and it will like revert the direction. And if not, you just delete it and drag it the other way. That's basically how it works. I work as a graphic designer. I would love to create some of those posters. Maybe other people like that too. I'm a designer myself, so every single design aspect of the city, I'm very like I need to do it myself because, yeah, I appreciate the effort though, but like I'm very picky with that. I would drive you nuts if I had to like outsource that, but I still need someone to actually convert them to assets. So this is an interesting area of the city. At least one of the interesting areas of the city. Here's the main square. I think this one needs a few more lights, to be honest. And it has this like super bright lights. It's blinding. Yeah, we need to like tone this down, man. Actually, let's do that real quick. Are these props? What are these? I don't think these are props. Maybe they are props, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, they are props. What if I put them like on the corners? Seems like a better location for these. Still pretty intense light, if you ask me. So it seems to be missing some assets here. I need to actually go do some maintenance on this thing. So now it's like super dark in the middle. I'll figure something out here. Don't you worry. Let's see, what else can I show you at nighttime? This is also like one of my favorite areas of the city. Let's see, is there a tram coming? It's not, but seeing the tram sort of coming in underneath here, it's kind of nice. Oh, here's one. It's gonna stop here and then it's gonna go under. And there it goes. Also need to get rid of these trucks. Someone told me that I need to pass like one of those like district things, and they will only vans will spawn. But last time I checked that it didn't work, so I need to try that again. You could just lower the fog intensity in eye candy. Really? Will that help? I kind of like the fog though. I'm actually kind of happy with this. Just the lights are a little bit extreme, regardless of the fog. Like they're just like blowing up all my highlights here. I think I need to get better lights, to be honest. Skip it says, for move it, when you have when you have more options selected, like props, decals, trees, and you want to select only notes, you don't have to unselect everything. Just double click on notes. Really? Oh, that is so cool. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that tip. This is why I should have read all those tips that Sam put on the, like, the tooltips. Then I just like straight up disable them. That's amazing. Oh my God, this is going to save so much time. Thank you so much, Skiveth. By the way, you should subscribe to Skiveth. He's building a European city similar to Nydal, but probably better. So yeah, check out his stuff. Also, I love how Maddie's chatting on both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Make up your mind, lady. Cool. All right, let me exit night view. It's getting kind of dizzy. Right about there, it's probably fine. All right, any last things? 64 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of VRAM enough? Probably, I would say. For a while. You can add more assets and then that will not be a thing anymore. I'm really this area, it's like looking amazing. Seriously, I'm so happy with all the work that we did here. There's still a few gaps that I want to fill out, so I might do another stream for those. And there's more to come most likely. So anyways, I think that's a wrap for me. I've been streaming for how long? Almost 4 hours. Holy crap. You guys are insane. Thank you so much for sticking around, those of you who were here from the beginning. Let's see, any last questions from chat? Good evening from Germany. Good evening to you, sir. Even though we're kind of wrapping up here. I think it would be more realistic if the tram stop next to the train station didn't in a sharp turn. Tram stop next to the train station? You mean this one? I mean, I really have no choice. It has to be a 90-degree turn, but I'm not entirely sure if you're talking about this one or something else. Also, I just noticed that the station is not that detailed. I should probably spend some time making this look pretty. Maybe just adding a few decals will make it all nice. I'm not sure. We need a small market in front of the station or something. Well, we have this market. Is this not good enough? I know what you mean, though. You're probably talking about a market like this one. Oh my God, the frame rate is so terrible. You're probably talking about a market like this, right? That could work. I don't think I have enough room for that there, though. I might add something like that. Maybe close one of these roads and just have like a foot truck sort of festival thing. I can't believe how good this looks, by the way. I'm so happy with. Good choice, Natch. I think you were the one suggesting that idea. Good call, man. Muy bien. All right. That's pretty much a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to, well, follow me on all the social networks that are there. I've been streaming on Twitch quite a bit lately. In fact, I've been streaming Minecraft on Twitch. I'll probably stream a bit more tomorrow, but just on Twitch, because I don't want to like spam my YouTube channel with that, because I haven't played actual Minecraft in a while. But in case you're curious, there's some VODs that you can watch. This is actually going to be on the Nydal playlist after it's done processing. It will probably take like a day or so because it's such a long stream. If you would like to support this channel, head over to patreon.com/Struktoaster or get a cool shirt with my logo. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in once more, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.